Hello. So I am unemployed from this month, from September of 2024, and I have more time to stream. So I am streaming as I work on a hobby game project, and I stream on Twitch usually. And I was recommended to upload my streams as VODs afterward. Uh, I don't know how you pronounce VOD, video on demand, VOD. I don't know what. So I think I will occasionally do that. I will upload my videos from streams on YouTube. So this will be the first video. I won't be editing them, I think. And in this video, I haven't properly set up everything. So you can see my webcam and you can see my monitor, but some audio levels are not great, and you can see the stream chat. So yeah, if you're interested to catch me on stream, then my channel name is Negul TV, and if you're interested in videos that I make that are not about game development, I post them on a different channel, which is Negul Personal. I will put the links to those channels in on the screen and in the description of the video. Anyways, here is the stream recording, and see ya. All right, I believe the stream is live. I will do a little bit of an intro. Hello, and I am currently unemployed game developer, and on the stream I will keep doing my hobby project and learning to use Godot. Let's change the camera, and let's start by playing a little bit of the game. So we have a cockroach, and as you go around you explore, and there was like a human, and if you step next to it, then he attacked you. You can collect food and stuff like that. So I will open my task list. I will open my task list. And I'll write down what could I do today. Don't allow stepping on player. Player. Don't allow stepping on enemy. That's one thing I wanna fix. Bigger line of sight. Sight. I want some kind of feedback when you are damaged. This should be separate things. What else? Okay, this will be it for now. Then I will write down more ideas as I go along. Alrighty. Let's open up the grid script, and in the grid script We should not allow player to move if he tries to move on a tile that is occupied by enemy player. By enemy. So it should be like this. So now I shouldn't be able to move on top of an enemy. The problem is I can't find the enemy now. Yeah, I can't move on top of an enemy. Okay. What else? I want a bigger line of sight. I'll write a new function. I'll call it reveal tiles. Right. With a VOD. So this will be coordinates vector 2 and line of sight will be int. So how the function will look like, we reveal around origin, then we go around revealed and reveal there. I guess can do okay, that was a mistake. Okay, should be fine now. Still not fine. Okay, I got it, I think. So this function will give back the neighbors as well. So uh, we need a loop for n range one. Mm, no, I don't think we need a loop, or do we? So line of sight will be -1. And then if line of sight is bigger than 0, we'll call the function recursively again. For each of the neighbors. For and it will do it like this. Set. Neighbor. Line of sight. like so. Line of sight is bigger than 0, then we go to the neighbors and reveal. Ah, this would be bad. It would go endlessly. Now it should be fine. So the print function. Got the cockroach, we'll add a variable for line of sight. Line of sight. Two. We go to the grid and but I wanted the call was reveal. Layer. Okay, this might be. This might crash, I don't know. Let's see. It didn't. Seems to work correctly. So now I should fix the. Should also make it so that reveal tiles when the player moves correctly. lost my track of thought. And I got it back somewhat. What we need to do is we need to go somewhere and do this. Something like this. So when we move, we should see 2 tiles ahead. Wonderful. Let's some things from the list. Now I want some kind of feedback when you are damaged. I think I'll need to look some kind of tutorials. I'll look at tutorial first.
Some games even display both a number and a bar. I've got a simple demo here where when I press the space bar, the health of this icon, could be the player, decreases. And when it goes below 0, it resets to 5. So we've got a value that's changing and we want to represent it in the UI. Godot makes it really easy to add a health bar. In our main scene, if you just type in bar, you'll find this progress bar label, and it's so great for making quick, simple, clean health bars. So add a progress bar to your scene. We'll just call it health bar. And we'll expand it out to make it a little bit larger. And we'll place it right here in our game. Now, in the inspector, you'll see a few different options already. Fill mode beginning to end, so you can make it fill left to right or right to left and that sort of thing. You can toggle on and off the percentage. We're going to toggle it off because that is, we don't necessarily want to show it here because it's more of a health bar instead of like a loading indicator, but this could also be used for a loading indicator. We're going to set our max value to 5 just so that we have a max that it can use, but we'll, in the code, we'll set that dynamically. We're going to change the step to 1 because we're going to increment it in 1. There's no partial health points. And then we're just going to save that. In the script, or in the code, we've just got some simple things. We set the label value on ready via a function, and then we damage the player when the space bar is pressed, and that decreases health. If the health is less than 0, we reset it to max health, and then we set the health label to that text. So then all we need to do here is, let's go, we have health bar, and let's refresh on the properties really quick. We have min value, max value. We're going to leave min value 0. Max value we're going to set to our constant max health, and we're going to change the value of it on damage to set it accordingly. So we'll say set health bar. We'll make that a function. Doesn't exist yet, so we'll go ahead and make that func set health bar. And maybe we'll also say health bar dot max value is equal to max health.
Hey.
This is all just in the main scene, but you could associate this with a player scene or however you want to approach it. But then to set health bar, what we do is we'll just say health bar dot value is equal to our health variable. And that's it. So in terms of getting this set up, so we have the max value that we set, and then we set the health bar amount accordingly. And then here, after we set the health, we just go ahead and we say, after we say set health label, we'll just say set health bar. Now if we rerun our game, you see it's full. If I press the space bar, it decreases, goes down to 0. reset back to 5, and it decreases. So all you have to do is take the node, set the value to a number amount, and you've got health bars in a very short amount of time. We can go ahead and make this code a little better. Like we can say like update health UI, make that our own function. And then we'll just take this here, here. So it's a little bit cleaner. We could even put these functions since they're just one-liners in here, but if those got more complicated, we might want them to be in their own functions. So we go ahead and run that again, make sure it still works. Yep, everything's working. So there's how to add really simple health.
Okay, let's try that out. Nice. What is it about? The project? Yeah, I don't really like miss university or school. Nice. Okay. Beginning to end. Okay. How can I change color? So what kind of like deadline do you have? How fast do you have to make that game? That's not too bad, but yeah, don't get too comfortable. The time will approach quickly. Okay, I will play with the visuals later. For now, I'll just try to do the functionality. We have a progress bar. It's called health bar. Now On start, I want to smack. On start, I want to set health bar value to reflect reality. Okay. Bar value. Okay. So yeah, it is value to be current health. I can also set the max value. As max health. Then we call this at the beginning. And we will call it um, we'll call it here. Okay, let's call it here maybe. Update health bar. I think it should work. So we have like a health below us. Yeah, and we lost some. Yeah, but the health bar looks shitty. Everything looks shitty. Everything is shitty visually. This is so weird. So how do we edit this?
So, okay, the button is one of them, right? We also want to do panel. So now I want to edit these, right? I want to edit some of them. Let's say the button, the panel, etc., right? So we're going to start with the panel and the buttons. Okay, so to add a theme, we have to go to manage items and import an item. So, okay, the button is one of them, right? We also want to do panel. So let's find our panel here and import this as well. And progress bar, right? Almost forgot. We want to get the progress bar as well. So this will be for HP. I'll show you guys how to do that later though. So we'll do the theme for it and we'll implement the actual HP later, right? So, okay, it says import tabs, whatever. We'll import them. And now we have these three options here, which is very cool. So, okay, let's do the button first. It might be the most trickiest. So actually, let's start with the panel highlight, since this one might be a little easier. So we'll get the hang of it first and then go into the button. So, okay, we want to go to the panel and select new style block texture because we have a texture image, right, that we want to fill in. So let's select this. And now you can see our panel disappears, but don't worry, we're going to fix that soon. Now the texture, if we open this up, we'll find a texture tab that I can pop it in. And now you can see that this pops in. Now that's not what I want, obviously. So what I can do is go to the sub region, edit region, and we can now find a panel that I want. Now, some of these you might not have, like this one. I did customize some of these myself. So this one is a collection of, I believe, this one on the top and this one on the bottom. So I just, copy pasted it and brought in a full panel. You can easily do this in your own pixel art editors. If you don't know how to do that, you can look it up on YouTube. As I'm not interested, it's a free course. Not use here. Move it to the it in the top tool, taking little because our button. We should have these three nice. So it fits a little bit. Let's see. Probably just copy. I might out a little. Although what I did, I ended up. I'm just gonna pop in the numbers, from my reference, so that way.
Okay. I think I vaguely understand what's going on. Let me see. We will open something. First of all, save as something else. And probably something like this. That will be the health bar, very advanced. Export as 4 times bigger. Export. Uh, 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 How do we edit this bullshit? I think I need to change it so it'll be easier to work with. Like so. Alright. And if it's 64 pixels minus 8 pixels means 56. So we take 56 from the top. Nope. Wasn't it 64? Yeah. You're angry, Juice? Are you the Hulk or what? Ah, angry Juice. This is one of the parts where I have no idea what I'm doing and I'm just fucking around until something works. I have a feeling that I'm not making any progress. Aha! I see an issue. So it's not 16 by 16. Should be 16 by 16. That's one of the issues solved. So um it depends on your definition. I did some stuff in my work. In my free time, a very, very long time ago when I was just starting out. Like this is the game I worked on in my day job. So yeah, I didn't make any 3D models. I just like used some assets and stuff like that. So but I don't feel very strong in 3D. I was considering making 3D this project, but I'm already learning a new engine, so not sure if I want to complicate it any further. 24 pixels. I guess I have to look at the tutorial again. What I haven't. Maybe I have used Bitbucket. I think I did use Bitbucket a little bit. I didn't use it a lot. When I do work by myself, I usually use GitHub Desktop. It's very simple. You just so you have created the repository, and here it displays like the changes I have made, and I like blah 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 blah. This will be my commit, and I push it, and then it's on the repository. And like if somebody else worked with me on the project, I could like fetch origin and like get their changes. On Bitbucket, right? I mean, you'll just have to look at some tutorials, I guess. They also have like a solution where you don't have to use like console. You could do it like in a program that has like a couple buttons where you can push and pull changes. Yeah, the complicated stuff starts if you have multiple programmers and they can like accidentally change the same thing. Oh, it's like a requirement from the school. I mean, once you get used to it, it's not that bad. Yeah. But I don't have super lot of experience with that myself, so especially if it's like you have to collaborate with other programmers who can overwrite your changes. In that case, you should be able to handle like if there's some kind of conflicts.
Work properly. Here, pop in the texture box. We'll go to that. All right, last up is the progress bar. This one will be hopefully a little easier. So for this one, same thing. We're gonna get the texture, pop it in here, pop in the texture box. We'll go to sub-region. Now this one I also edited one, so I'm gonna be using this one and this.
Well, you can avoid it if you like discuss it with other people who do their work on. Do you have multiple programmers, or at least in Unity, it could be like avoided if you can have different scenes where people work, so not everyone works in the same scenes, and you can have different prefabs, so different people work on different prefabs. If there are some scripts that both people work on, usually it is handled by the Git, and the changes are merged. But yeah, if you agree to like work on different things, then there shouldn't be too many problems.
For the HP, right? So now do keep in mind that I did separate some of these, right? So I moved some away because the sub-region would not work properly. So, okay, the background here, we want to select this as the background. Now, the problem with the progress bar and this progress bar specifically is that it's a little weird. So what we're actually going to do is not select anything for the background, because if we do, it ends up being really odd. So what we're actually going to do for the background is make it empty. And then for the fill, that's what we're going to use for the actual fill. So we're going to go to, the texture and then pop in our texture, go to subregion, and then select our red like so. And then we can move up, move this down here,
Is it
move
like
the
an
dotted
online
line
school
over
or
here,
like actual physical place?
and this one like that. And now we have a red fill. Now, what we'll do for the background or the actual texture for the background is we'll use subregion, but for a sprite. So you'll see what I mean when we actually get started with the
I stole it from internet for some kind of presentation. I'll be doing like a presentation about creativity tomorrow. Like some problems that you may encounter, and yeah, it was illustration for the presentation. Can't really zoom in anymore. Should be fine. Yeah. And now we make a fill. Hmm. Seems to be working. Let's see if I put like 50%. Yeah, it seems to be okay. Let's see how it works now. We have health bar. I was actually thinking about putting them on YouTube. I ended up not doing it. I publish my VODs on Twitch, but you probably know that in Twitch they disappear after 7 days. I could start uploading them on YouTube. I'll think about it. Where is everything? Okay, here's some food. I want to find a human. Here you can see he damages us and we lose health. And if we find a trap, we lose also health. Oh, there's so much stuff to do. I don't know what to do, what to focus on. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I think I didn't talk so much in the past. I have started doing this in these recent streams. And even then, usually, if there's somebody watching, then I talk. I might accidentally develop a habit of programming by talking. This is a very big problem where I start to like what I'm making, and I think it's so perfect, it can be improved. It's obviously like unfinished game. Well, I can lose, respectively die. So right now the cockroach died. I can restart. There is no win condition. There is also no purpose in collecting. Sound, I think I'll do later. so there are currently at least two huge problems, more than two huge problems. One is that there is no purpose to food. So we need a way to spend food. And I need more feedback when you are damaged. Which includes sound, but in this case I think it'd be nice to have like some kind of more visual feedback. Man, I don't like that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, probably a shake animation or something like that. In Unity, I would know how to do it. Program through code. I don't think I know how to do it through code in Godot, but I could look it up. A lot of very fundamental questions about the game. I have started to think about the game design, and I have very unfinished notes that are not organized. By units. So maybe we could add option to buy units. Okay, I'll start with some kind of visual feedback for damage.
Important things to know, and then at this timestamp we will create different in-game examples like fire, rain, and explosions. But before we get started, if you could subscribe and drop a like on this video to help YouTube push this tutorial to more aspiring game devs, then it would mean the absolute world to me. But how does the particle node work? So first of all, there are two different nodes, the GPU particle 2D and the CPU particle 2D, and most of the time you're going to want to use the CPU particle 2D, unless you're going to spawn tons of particles, because in that case then you want to use the GPU particle 2D since it uses the GPU, and in turn will help the game in performance. If you're using the CPU particle 2D, then you may see a different performance with spawning a high number of particles because it won't be using the GPU. So particles can be used for so many different things, from explosions, fire, rain, and so much other stuff, and I want to take the time here to go over how to create those different effects step by step and explain the inspector and all the options the particle node has, so you're able to go and create anything that you need with the particle node. So let's get started by creating an explosion effect, and to do this we're going to create a 2D scene, and we can just name the scene the explosion because that's what it's going to be. That's the effect that we're going to create, and we're going to go here, and then we're going to add a particle 2D. So a CPU particle 2D is what we're going to be using, and you can see that we're already spawning particles. Well, for an explosion, well, there's going to be a couple things that we're going to have to change, like the gravity, right? So if we come to the gravity and we click the 0, you're going to see it's going to stop falling completely. If we set it to a negative number, well, you're going to see it's going to go up. If we set it to a number, it's going to go down, right? And we want it at 0 for an explosion because we want it to go in all the directions. We don't want it to tell in a certain direction, a certain amount, so we won't do that. And then we're going to go into time, and for an explosion, there's this explosiveness little number here, and this obviously, as of now, doesn't do anything, but if we turn our gravity up, let's say we have our gravity at 100, you're going to see that when we change explosiveness, how it works, right? So that's going to release them at different times, but this is going to release them all at once. So that has 8 particles, and each one of these particles you see that's 8 particles falling, and that's what we want for an explosion, right? But we're going to want them to all go at the same time and go different ways, but we're going to want them to be different sizes, right? So to do that, we can come down here to the scale, and we can change the scale, and you can see this is going to be scaled 2. They're all going to be scaled up to 2, or if we go to 4, you're going to see it's going to choose a random scale, but we're going to actually have to change this explosiveness so we can see it. You can see that they're all different sizes, right? All of the pieces are different sizes. We're going to turn
Well, it's
explosiveness
somewhat
off for now,
similar
but
to
you can see they're all
Unity.
different sizes, and if we want them to fade and get smaller, right? Because now they're all just going to disappear and they're going to be solid the whole time. If you want them to like get smaller as they go down, well, because like an explosion, you're going to want to get small. You don't want to stay the same size the entire explosion. We come down here to our scale, and we're going to have a scale amount rank here. And if we click a new curve, and click on it, and if we right click at number 1, well, it's going to stay the exact same because whenever it spawns in, it's going to be equal to times 1 of its scale. So the number's going to stay the same. But if we come down here, then it's going to be equal to times, right? It's going to fade, and it's going to go down here, and it's going to be equal to whatever this is. So maybe this is like times 2.5 of the fade, right? So it's going to take this number and it's going to go to 2.5 times whatever its original scale is, and it's going to get smaller as it goes down. As you can see, if we go all the way up, well, it's going to stay the same. If we come down, well, it's going to fade into absolutely nothing. But we'll go somewhere around this area just like that. And it doesn't really look good now, but it will look good here in a second if we fix up some stuff. So let's change gravity back to 0. Let's go back up to the top. Let's turn on our explosiveness up to a lot, you know, the biggest that it can do. And then in our direction, I want to go here. Where's our direction? I want to go here and I want to move the spread up. And then we're going to go into our initial velocity. This is the one that matters the most. This is what's going to actually be the entire movement. If we set this to, we'll say 50, you're going to see that it has a little explosion. But they are all going to go the exact same distance. If we set the max of it, let's set the minimum velocity to 50, and let's set the maximum velocity to 100. You're going to see now some of them are going to go farther than others, right? And that's what we're going to want for a little explosion. And it looks like an explosion, but absolute world to me. But how does the particle node work? So first of all, there are two different nodes, the GPU particle 2D and the CPU particle 2D. And most of the time you're going to want to use the CPU particle 2D unless you're wanting to spawn tons of particles, because in that case then you want to use the GPU particle 2D since it uses the GPU. And so all this could be bigger, or they looks like fire. Maybe it can be emitting to say, depending on how it looks. We'll leave it at the little things in here, and you'll.
Okay, so I'll try to make particles for damage. But I think I'll also eventually need to do. I will also need to do shaking eventually. For now, I'll just do particles. Sure, you can share. That could be an interesting study project. But you're also making this your project in Godot? Or are you just like learning for the sake of it? Okay. It's a bit too much. A fog effect. Yeah, you could. I don't need it right now though. The gravity doesn't seem to affect anything. Oh no, it does. Just needs stronger. Gee. Oh, it's almost like we want it to be. Thanks. The color wheel is kind of weird. It's like very. Oh, that's better. Now we need to find how to play this through code. No answers. Hmm. I'm curious if it will like play once when I start the game. I didn't say it. If I will leave it on a minting, it will probably. No, it's not. What if I do it like this? Yeah, now it is. I do it like this. Okay. Can I set emitting? Yeah, I set emitting to true, probably through code. Cockroach, where is my cockroach? I go to the script and go to the script. Let's add visuals. Maybe first name it to blood particles. Let's call it blood particles. Now we have the variable, and when we take damage, we call function blood particles emitting to true. If I copy it correctly, it should probably work. So when we take damage, we should see some kind of blood splatter. Here's a trap. If I step, yeah, I got. I need to take a bathroom break, and I also had an idea. I need to improve the camera. The camera needs to be more dynamic. Camera should not that I'm aware of now. Camera should start. Just fix camera. That's what the task will be. Fix camera. The future me will understand. Probably. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I could look for some kind of music that's not copyrighted. I like music on stream. Let's see something. I think Path fix our soundtrack, or maybe this. Okay, this will be risky. Probably copyrighted, I don't know. No, this definitely isn't some dark ambient or whatever. Usually they are fine to put on. Okay, so we tested the blood spatter, it works. but death should be delayed. So you can see visuals, so you can see just visuals. And also maybe improve the blood particles a bit. I think they can still be bigger. What does this do? I had the documentation open. I said they would turn around. Notifications now I do not like all my streaming stuff has been like I have been ignoring it basically. Haven't updated anything. Oh wow, thanks. I hope. I need to check where does it go. I'll check it and let you know. Because I don't remember. I like this effect. Yeah, thanks a lot. Death should be delayed. We will add a variable instead. Set it to false, and if I die, then I will be dead. Makes sense. Let's delay. Let's delay. Actually, I don't need a variable for this. I'll just take it. So if I die, then I am dead. It's dead. Basically, I need to do this after a delay, which is done like this. Let's say, for example, 2-second period after which the object will be deleted. Yep, so we can delay. That's good. Fixing camera, do I want to do that now? Maybe. What could be a trap or cockroach? I wonder. Could add some kind of visuals for the traps. And like fire. Fire is fire. I'm not sure if it makes sense. Yeah, once again I am confused because like when I was doing when I was what are corner braces? I will Google it. These things? Or did you mean something else? Yeah, there are a lot of things that need to be fixed. I guess I should watch some kind of tutorial about cameras. I don't really even have to have the traps. It's just a thing I added without much thinking. Yeah, eventually I would have to add like some kind of AI behavior to the player. The only thing he does for now, I haven't found him even yet. The only thing he does, he attacks you if you come like next to him, like diagonally doesn't count. Eventually I will have to like make him like a behavior where he walks around randomly maybe. That could be easy, randomly walking around, but eventually I would have to like make him some kind of behavior where he does something on his own. That would be interesting. And easy to do. At least part of it would be easy to do. Okay. I turned off the music because I was googling in the same tab. Okay, I don't know this game, but the graphics are nice, like very minimalistic. Well, for traps, I was thinking maybe like some kind of vial of poison in the level. But it kind of doesn't make sense that like a cockroach would step on it and die. Sticky pads, yeah, that's in reality. But in that case, it's kind of difficult to visually make it a visual graphics. Especially in pixel art. Whereas if I decide to make the game more detailed graphics, then maybe pixel art would be kind of difficult. Actually, you know what would be a trap? A trap would be this. Doesn't make any sense. Why would there be something like that in an apartment? Oh, isn't my computer crashing? I hope not. Can't really open as a sprite. It's just the Windows thingy. I will have to close Window Explorer maybe. And it all went to hell. What's going on, my friends? Something very unusual. Okay, who cares about Windows? I can make a trap for fun. Let's hold the trap. How hard? For me it will be, probably it's not hard, but for me it will be hard because I'm a noob in Godot, but I could try doing that. I could add it to my task list. Let me see. So we can, what are we doing? Step visuals, different visuals. Next up, what you mentioned was UI info panel on mouse here. That's what we want. Probably won't manage everything today, but we'll see. I feel good. Usually when I start to do something at the beginning it's kind of hard, but once you get in a groove it becomes fun. Then the only issues become the needs of the body, such as hunger and the issues of not having time. Like the issues of having a physical body. Yeah, 16 by 16 pixels will be very hard to make like a light trap. Look like a fly trap. And I really love working super low resolution. I know that people don't like it and they think it's low effort, and it is sort of low effort in a way because it's a low resolution. But, I really like working in that. Let's try again. This is the map, for example. Thanks. I really like Sprite. Unfortunately, in the past year or so, I haven't been using it much, but it's basically like a meditation or something like that. It's you put a lot of creative and physical limitations on what you can make by doing like something like that, just doing pixel art, but in a way it's kind of liberating and relaxing. Pro motion NG, no I don't. Yeah, it might be difficult to paint something like that. I could look it up. I haven't used Autodesk. Only thing from 3D I have used is Blender. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. I always crack myself up with the shit I make. Give him a couple weeks maybe. No, it's too complicated. Such low resolution, I have to have everything super simple. What is next? What is next in my life? Anyways, sorry, the bots are probably all dead. I can give you the link. That's the thing I'm listening to. Since I am in a phase where I'm relaxing by doing art, I could animate this guy a little bit. Question is, do I feel happy about him? Ah, yeah, well, also a good idea would be maybe to put in the game, see how it looks in the game, if I even want to like animate this. So we will animate it. No, we will export it and we'll check out how it looks in the game. Windows still is still crashed, so I have to navigate this. I have less than we have a trap. Here it is. Let's change the sprite to this and see how it looks in the game. Probably we will see under the trap the tile numbers, which might be a bit Does it look bad? It doesn't look bad in my opinion, I think. But I prefer the other graphics, like everything else looks better in my opinion, like the cockroach looks better and the human looks better and the bread looks better. Like it's a gut feeling you develop. In my opinion, I focus too much on this visual stuff at this point in the game. Like in ideal version of the world, this reality, I would make the game that would be really fun to play, even if it was like the colored boxes. I am doing this visual representation for the objects because otherwise it just bothers me that it's like there's written a trap, but I don't see anything visual. It like kind of feels weird. But as I am doing these graphics, like these low resolution pixel graphics, I kind of like how they look, and I'm thinking maybe I should make the game in this style and not make it more complicated. So since I'm working alone, maybe like it's a good idea. Yeah, but basically it's a gut feeling, and how does the other stuff look like? I try to compare if the quality is similar. I think human was probably the best placeholder I got. Maybe we'll add background color. Like that. I'll make a new frame. In the new frame I'll make a different version of the plant. It does, but I think it looks fine for now. I really couldn't figure out how to make the antenna look good in 16 by 16, so I just had to make it bigger. But I think it looks fine, that it like overlaps. Yeah, I think it's unintended effect. Thanks. Like this is passable as a placeholder. This is passable as a placeholder. It's OCD or something. I don't know. I'm gonna change it, and I'm drawing in the wrong layer as usual. Maybe I'll lock the layer. Maybe then I won't do it. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. I mean, you know, maybe it does help. I guess you know that you're the player because when I fix the camera will be on it, and because when you press something, that it moves. Well, although eventually I would like to have multiple cockroaches, so you could control multiple, then I'll need to rethink all the control scheme for the game as well. Will I stay on the keyboard or will I make it what it's called mouse controls, I guess. We use all of the space in 16 by 16. Difference. So basically, of course, everything is subject to change, but for now, how I imagine it, you could control most of the cockroaches directly. The exception would be like workers, which you have just give a task, and the available workers would go there and do the task. For other stuff, you probably could control them directly. So it will basically be RTS mechanics. So you can select the unit and then control it. You have to select the unit first. That's like the only. Joe's apartment? No, I have not seen it. Oh, nice. I think I have seen the GIF from there about the cockroaches. That could be like a good research movie. There was also like a movie from the 90s I haven't seen, but I have like watched like the movie recaps, which was like about I think it was about cockroaches that were like in some kind of New York or what kind of city sewer system, and they mutated to be like huge human eaters. And then of course you probably know the anime like terraformers with the cockroaches evolving and becoming like man-killing monsters or whatever. Yeah. I actually kind of like that anime, like. I don't think I finished it, or maybe I did. Or maybe the anime didn't finish adapting the manga. I have no idea, it was a long time ago. I think it's time to change some different music. Again, I'll think this probably isn't copyrighted. I could export as and compare graphics. shit. I can't open Paint because my Windows is acting up. Okay, I'll try to remember how this looks. This looks like that. In order place, the visuals with this. Let's see if you like it better. Actually, I don't think I do. The head, the bottom is fine, but the head of the plant is like. Kinda heavy though. That line is kinda heavy. Animate a bit. Man, I should really just make a pixel art game. It's so fun to do pixel art. I know that like a lot of people think that it's like low effort making pixel art, but I just love making it. A vibing plant. I know it's not low effort, especially since I have made it myself, but I think that's the perception of humans, like regular consumers, and I also not that I thought it was low effort, but I just didn't enjoy pixel art. It was like as no, I mean looking at it. In that sense, I wasn't very educated, and I hadn't tried making it myself. But like once I tried to make it myself, I like saw how much I enjoy it as like a medium. It's even a medium to breadboard. I don't know. Maybe because. Yeah, but I think also a lot of people like who begin out, they also have this perception that it is easier until they try it out themselves. So we have the default, you move your head right, maybe we could put it a bit lower too. No, that's a bit too much of it. And the outline is becoming like the outline is too complicated, so I might as well like just make everything in the background. Maybe. It's really groovy plant. Thanks. Let me think. So you have the stop movement, and want to do something on the bottom too. Stop movement. I think this will be like default animation loop. Pretty much always, and maybe I will make like a separate animation loop where it like attacks the player. But at least in the game, the way it works is you receive damage when you step on it. It's not like a human where it can damage you when you're next to it. Maybe I should make it like similar to human. Kind of difficult to say. What do I want to do? Is maybe take all of this. So Now it's vibing. Now it's vibing. This I can delete and the back. Maybe a little head movement as well. Yeah, it's like it's something like teabagging. Okay, that's will be enough for fun. Now it's time to have more fun. And you know, it's good that it causes some kind of emotions. Better than no emotions. We short this. Shift this. Bigger. And we will replace this with animate sprite. Let's put the sprite and sprite colors. Here we go here. Vertical lines 1, horizontal 4, add all of these. We'll set it to 2 FPS, so it's not too fast. Let's see what it looks like, something like that. And we will set it to auto-apply, save this, we don't need the sprite anymore, delete. And try out how it looks in the game. Find any traps. It's not moving for some reason. The animation is not working. It is autoplay. I will also go, so I'll save, I'll go to, maybe I'll remove code before, so it's not releasing it immediately. There's a trap. I don't think that's the issue. The setup is the same as for the enemy. I don't know what that is. So there should be no public war. Oh, it works now for some reason. I don't think I changed anything and it works. Oh, it's not looping! So it works once, but it does not loop. So we need to set it to looping. this. Now it should look. Yep, we have dancing plants. I like it though. I like this minimalistic style. Let's put back the fog fork. Oh wait, what? What happened? Did I spawn on a trap? Why did... This shouldn't happen. Visuals. Do I do something that is fun or something that I have to do? So what would be fun would be making the human chase the cockroach. That would be fun to do. What would be important would be way to spend food, fixing camera, and maybe mouse coloring. I think I'll do what's fun first. I could also hide this. So there should be no coordinates. So it feels more like a game, and then where's food? This is food.
Alright, this is how you make a custom button in Godot in less than 3 minutes. Let's get it. So the first thing we're going to have is we already have our custom button on the right, and then the button on the left is going to be what we edit. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is, as you can see, I have a default theme, but we're going to make a new one. To do that, we're going to go to our any folder you want, create a new resource, search up theme, and we create a theme. Alright, in here, we'll say
Okay, this is a long tutorial. Fuck.
If we go to layout, Hello. So Godot's user interface system is very confusing and everybody knows it, but I think I found a way to explain and demonstrate Godot's very powerful UI tools in a way that is really beneficial to everyone. So I thought it would be really nice to create a tutorial here on YouTube covering this topic, where we will go over some of the basics in example 1 and create this basic color changing menu example in example 2, where the buttons interact with each other along with the game while keeping everything neat and learning so much about how UI works. Then in example 3 we will cover how to customize your themes, as well as quickly going over some alignment strategies to get exactly what you're looking for with UI and Godot. But just quickly before we get started, I would like and a couple things that I want to mention are that we need to learn to make use of the toolbar layout presets when positioning our control nodes, as it makes things easier and gives us a point to return to in case something does happen. And control nodes will almost always be our main node because they have the ability to give the children of that control node properties and functions that they need to work fully. We will set the layout of our parent control node to full rect almost all of the time. This is going to allow everything within that control node to auto adjust based on the screen resolution. And alignment can be weird because of how it's split up, so I'll dedicate most of example 3 to alignment because there is so much to go over with this. But in the big scheme of things, the UI in Godot is very powerful and easy to use. But that is only if you know how to use it, because if not, well, it is very counterintuitive and doesn't make much sense at all. Okay, so this is example 1. In example 1, I want to go over the very basics, like what different nodes in here do. So if we go and we create a brand new scene up here at the top, you're going to see that we have the basic root nodes, right? A 2D scene, 3D scene, or a user interface. Well, we're going to go with the user interface, right? And it's going to add us a control node to our scene tree. If we click on the plus, we're going to come down here and we're going to see different things in the control category, like containers, color rects. We've all probably used a color rect. We've all probably used a rich text label and different things of that nature. But we have things like containers, right? And containers are going to be storing things like a container does. We're going to end up using the grid container in this video, but containers are kind of like, they're going to arrange the children. So if we have a grid container and we have 3 children under that grid container, well, it's going to arrange them in a whatever specific pattern we create, right? So if we have a grid container, you can see that we can set the column number. Maybe we want 3 columns in the grid container, right? But maybe we want them to be spaced out more than they are. Obviously, you can't see anything now because we don't have any children in there, so it has nothing to sort. But maybe we have 3 columns, and we come down here to our theme override constants, and we can change the separation between the horizontal level and the separation between the vertical level to make it more unique and to make a little gap in between each of the children nodes. Usually in a grid container, you're going to use panels, because if you use something else, it's not really going to work. So let's say you want to have, like in the example that we create in example 2, like you saw in the intro, that had the 9 panels at the top that were all different colors. Well, those were used by grid container, and then we would do panel 1. And then inside of panel 1, we would have a color rect, and that's how it would be. See? So it's going to show a color rect, and we have 1, right? But let's say we have, maybe we want a second panel. Well, we're going to duplicate it just for this video, and we can make it a different color. But if we go up to our grid container and we have 3 columns, let's say we want 1 column. Well, it's going to put it down because we only have 1 column. Let's say we have 2 columns though, right? That makes more sense. And then we can come down here to the horizontal separate, and we can extend this by 100, and you're going to see how it's going to store these objects. Maybe we can take panel 1 and we can copy and paste it again. And it's going to go here into panel 3. If we go up to the layout of our grid container, we can change it to 3 columns, and you're going to see that it's going to space them out perfectly. That's kind of how a container works. Obviously, we're going to go over this more in depth in example 2 when we're actually using it. That was just a very basic example. But we have a bunch of different stuff in here. For example, in our control area, here, we're going to have things like maybe buttons, which we're going to have a ton of different buttons, some that have their own functionalities here, like custom functionalities. Or we're going to have basically the base buttons, some buttons that we're going to end up using in this video, right? So we're going to end up using the check button here. It's kind of like a toggle. Same with this, the checkbox is also kind of like a toggle, but these are normal buttons up here, and these are different type of buttons, right? So that's pretty cool. And then we're going to end up going and using a bunch of this stuff like a 9-patch rect, which are kind of cool. So all this stuff has its own functionality and it's all unique. But if we drag a piece of art down here into our 9-patch rect texture, you're going to see, well, it looks kind of the same. If we drag that same piece of art out, you're going to see It's bigger, but that doesn't really matter, right? Because we can scale our 9-patch rect to whatever size we want. And you're going to see how it kind of looks and it kind of moves in the exact same fashion, right? Where it extends the edges. But if we go back, we go to our 9-patch rect, our patch margins, and we set the left to 3. We set the top to 3. We set the right to 3. And we set the bottom to 3. You're going to see how it's changing, right? It's pulling the edges out and it's keeping just the center and it's expanding the center. If we grab the edges and we move it around, you can kind of see how we can make boxes of art. If we were to try to make this into that same box, you're going to see it's going to look very funky, right? But with the 9-patch rect, it's going to end up keeping the edges. Now, if we reset all this, it's going to go back to what it would have normally looked like. So with the 9-patch rect, we were able to make it look like that. We were able to change it from this into, right, the 3, the 3, the 3, the 3, and the 3, right? So you can kind of see the difference. That's how 9-patch rect works. And basically all this stuff in here is going to have its own kind of functions just like that. But let's get into example 2, where we're going to actually create our in-game example. Okay, so now in example 2, I want to create a basic pop-up menu screen with different buttons that interact with each other. As you can see, if we toggle a button, it changes the background, but it also changes the toggle of all the other ones to false. This is going to be a lot of info here, so let's just get started. And to get started here, let's create a user interface scene here with our control node. And if we click on the control node, we can rename it. We'll just name this control-example2 because this is going to be example 2 in this video. And we're going to get started by actually creating the background color. So what do we want for the background? Well, let's say that this is our game, right? So our game can be a color rect, and this will just, for example, be our game. But our game right now is white and it's not lined up, right? So for this color rect, this is part of the UI class. So this is a UI item and it works like most of the other UI items. The control node works as kind of a container. So as you can see, this is the size of the control node. What do we want to do with this color rect? Well, if we go to layout and we go to transform, we can see
Hello everyone, in this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make your project work with different screen sizes in Godot 4. So currently, with the default settings, in my project, I can use my joystick and I can move around the player, however it only works in this resolution. If I go ahead and drag this screen, I can no longer access my joystick. To get started, let's go ahead and create a new canvas layer node. Let's drag this to the top, add in a HBox container. Here, we will head over to our layout, and since we want it to be in the bottom left of our screen, we'll set it to bottom left. We'll go ahead and drag and drop our joystick into it, and now it will be locked to the bottom left. We can go to press play, and you can see if I drag the screen, it will follow the bottom left. However, now we have the problem where our joystick can take up the entire screen. To fix this, go over to Project, Project Settings, select the window underneath Display. Let's select in our stretch mode, Viewport, in our aspect, Expand. Let's close that. If we press play now, you'll see that as I drag around the screen, our joystick will dynamically scale with the rest of the game. So, as you can see, I can still control it just fine, and it will now work for vertical phones and other size desktop computers. And for the best results, I suggest changing the HBox scale to surround your entire object. And notice how I'm not lining up my objects with the actual camera, since this is not the viewport. This is the viewport, this box in the bottom right corner of the game editor. Now, certain objects, such as this color rect here, don't work well with HBox containers as there are scaling issues. We can actually get around this by creating a new control node, not a HBox container, and we can set the layout the exact same, so bottom right anchor, or sorry, top right, and drag in our health bar. This will work the exact same way now. And one more thing I would like to point out is you cannot change your maximum resolution size in the game. So say if I press play, and I scale this all the way up, you'll see I have this blurriness because I still have the same resolution as when it's minimized. To fix this, we can go over to Project Settings, and we can change up our width to 1080p. And if we press play, you'll see we automatically have a much crisper image. Let's say that your player wants to set the resolution in-game, in say a settings menu. To change the resolution in code, let's go ahead and get viewport dot size. We'll set this to a new vector 2. The first value
Oh, I was talking a little bit without microphone. That's fine. Let's try and add canvas layer. HBox container. Is my friendly HBox container.
screen. We'll set it to
top left. Good. And now the food UI follows, depending on the size. That's good. That's good. Now we can try to do something similar with other elements. Oh, so it adapts to the size of the text, so if there's no text. Okay, I understand. Interesting. Combined spawns, schools. I'm depressed, maybe from here. Oh. Let's see if it works. I didn't notice anything happening. Okay, I have to delete some print functions because they're spamming too much. this is spamming. I don't need trying to reveal tiles. It's also not necessary. So we'll have a little bit less spam in the console. I don't see anything happening. I don't know if this will work. I assume maybe it works like that. Button press. Going to work. Yep. Now we detect if something presses on the button. That is a good start. I'll increase the amount of food you get from the food. Pickups. Okay, we get, so now I will need to make this function spawn a cockroach. This will be a much more complicated task, which I think I will do next time. No, I think I'll stop streaming maybe and take a break or something. Have some lunch. So yeah. Thanks for stopping by, thanks for watching.